take. There we go. This is the old rusty chain. All right, what's up there, people? Out here working on this Kawasaki Z1000 2016, aka Jade. And the mission for this weekend is to get a new chain on the bike. First order of business is I took these pieces off. I figured I better stop here and start the video. But the first thing I did was take off this front sprocket cover right here. Yes, what you've seen is correct. It is rusty, but I'll get back into that here later on. But yes, the front sprocket cover was on there like so. And basically all you got to do is take off those 8mm bolts. There are 8mm bolts right there holding that sprocket cover on. And you got to take off this wire, this little wire loom connector that basically connects all this together just to be able to wiggle it around and get to the last bolt. But if you're doing this, be careful because there is these little sleeves right here that will pop out and fall off on you. So make sure you make contact with them and keep them together. And if they come off with the piece, stick them back in there so you don't lose them. There's one down here and one at the top. Now, the reason why this is looking rusty, dusty, and horrible is because this chain has been used and abused and neglected pretty much the whole time I have owned the bike. And this is the state I'm in with it right now. I got a brand new chain. I'll show you that here later on. But for now, my mission is to get this old chain off and get everything cleaned up before I put the new chain back on. Oh yeah, the chain cover I also popped off too. That wasn't really as easy as I thought it was going to be. There is two little bolts right here. These go off with the little 5mm hex tool. And this cover, I'm gonna clean this up too. But the thing about this cover, there's this little pin right here. And the pin is, let me get my screwdriver because I don't want to get my fingers dirty because I'm holding the camera. But this pin right here, you gotta pop this pin out and then lift that cover up. I'll show you how to put it back on once I'm done with all this. But like I said, taking it off wasn't no easy task. But just remember, there is a pin back there, so don't just take the two bolts off and start yanking it. I just got this loose. It's not really necessary to take it all the way off. But anybody with a Z1000, I do suggest that every once in a while you take your sprocket cover off and clean that out, because this buildup, pick it up here. This buildup, man, this buildup is crazy. And this is a 2016 bike. So, bike is officially like, what, 3 years old? And this bike, this is the result of, this bike has 16,954 miles. So, in 16,954 miles on 2016, the sprockets seem to be in good shape, so there was I really wasn't planning on going up a tooth or down a tooth or anything. So I just figured I'd stick with the same sprockets for now. I talked to a few people online and they said they've gotten a lot more miles than that out of their stock sprockets. So for now, the chain, I should have been oiling the chain and cleaning the chain a lot more than I have been. I have been just not having time for it, using this bike as a daily commuter and just taking the chain and adding a little oil here and there and not cleaning it as often as I should. And then when I do clean it, just clean it and then walk away, not really drying the chain off. So the chain to be wet, that's how I ended up getting rusty. So basically this is about 16,000 miles of abuse. So, you know, it would have lasted a lot longer if I would have took care of it a lot better, which I will do with the new chain, but can't go back in time. There's a lot of different ways to get a chain off a bike, but if you don't care about the chain and you're gonna be replacing it anyway, the easiest way to get the chain off is just to cut it off. So here we go. Now, normally this would go a lot faster, but I just realized I don't have the air compressor on. So, my homie, 923 Creations, is gonna go back there and turn the air compressor on for me. I was wondering why it was going so slow. Thank you, sir. Well, I'm gonna let that air compressor build up, and you see it's almost there. I'm gonna let that air compressor build up and start this back up once I get, wobbly, my bad. Once I get back to full power. Okay, people, we back in the game, air compressor on, full power, here we go. And that's what it looks like when you turn your air compressor on, you know how to use your tools. It's all good. All right, people, success. As you see, clean cut, chain is falling off there, and the wheel is spinning freely. There we go. This is the old rusty chain. Now that I got that free, I'm about to do a full detail bottom end of this bike, get it cleaned up. I gotta move this carpet because I ain't trying to get it wet. Got everything cleaned up. Well, cleaned up enough to get the new chain back on. It's not spotless, but it's a lot better than when I started. And that's what it's looking like. Everything's cleaned up and ready to go. So I got this new chain right here. Got the EK chain. This is a 525 chain. Here's the numbers on it. You can pause that, check it out online. Yes, it's a green chain. I got a yellow and black chain from my Jigster, so I might as well get the green one for the Kawasaki. There it is now. I got it grinded. Now I got to put this on and push the pin through. All right, people. What's going on right here is I got my chain breaker tool. And there's about 1 million videos on YouTube to show you how to use this thing right here. I'm not going to do that. Just look them up on YouTube. But this is what you need right here to get this link out of this chain. And this is what it looks like. You should be able to do it with everything that comes in this box. You shouldn't need no additional tools. And then eventually, the pin will push out of there once you grind that one side down. And the pin should just pop on out. There's the pin. Sorry, there's the pin right there. The chain link, and then once you loosen this, I stand corrected. I guess you do need some additional tools because now this is too tight. I don't have the Gorilla Grip, but I do got this thing right here. This is not really the ideal tool to use, but I'm going to use it. Just because I don't feel like getting up to get a crescent wrench. That's all it is. Just need a quick little tug. And then once you pull this is all part of the tool right here. Then once you pull that out, if I can do this, I'm trying to show you this without getting my hands all greasy. Once you pull that out, just be sure to keep the rubber seals on it, on both sides. I mean, it's gonna come with rubber seals, but if you can keep the original ones on here like I just did, it seems to work out pretty good. So I had to pull out 4 links and I'll hook that to that right there with this little link kit, and there you have it. Easy as that. Then I'll adjust the chain. So I'm gonna shut this down and get it set up. This right here, this is what you want. I got this one from Cycle Gear. They usually have them on sale every once in a while. You can get it from Revzilla too. But this is the easiest way. I'm sure there's better tools out there where you ain't got to crank it. They probably hit a button and just, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm working with right here. This is the simple chain breaker toolkit. I guess I can show you the. There you go. So, I'll be back. All right, what is up, people? What is up, people? As you see, it's dark outside. Nice and dark. Definitely ran out of light, ran out of time, and the temperature has dropped significantly. I ain't gonna say drastically, but there's a slight temperature drop. So I've had enough is enough. I didn't have time to clean the chain off, so that's why I left the chain guard off for now. But everything is back on, and it's ready to go. Got the cover back on, got the chain on. So tomorrow morning, once the sun comes out, what I will do is clean the white paste off the chain, and there you have it. So it's cool for now. I'll pick this back up tomorrow. I'm almost done. What's up there, people? 100 Spoke Riders here, and here we are the next day. We actually got some sunlight. Couldn't finish it up all on one day because I had other stuff going on. But the chain, the green chain, is officially hooked up and looking good. I cleaned it off a little bit, but I gotta go to the motorcycle shop and get me some chain cleaner because it's kind of hard there. I can't get that white paste off of there with just purple power alone. This is about as good as I can get it with just the purple power, and that's good enough for now. So the next order of business to make this done to a point where I can ride it again is to get the chain guard, to get this chain guard back on there. And I didn't really feel myself taking it off. It's kind of a unique position there. I figure I better, at least try to feel myself putting it back on. This goes in this hole right like this, okay? This flap goes over it, and then you basically use a screw or a bolt, and you bolt these two together right here. And then there's three bolts holding it on and a pin. And that goes over there. So you put a bolt there, which bolts the back, I don't know what you would call this, the wheel well, not really, the flap, the fender. We'll call it the back fender, yeah. It really big. This, I got a B, wanted to make an appearance. He's been messing with me. Anyway, put that bolt in there. That ties the back fender to the chain guard. And then you bolt that, it goes to the swing arm. That bolt goes right there. And that little pin I showed you earlier slides in there. Once all this stuff is pretty loosey-goosey, so I would suggest put this pin in. You're just gonna have to slide it. It's gonna be hard to do. Let me see if I can do it. I can't really get in there with the camera. Let me see if I can get in there with the camera somehow. There we go. There we go. I'm getting it. All right. This pin basically pops in there like that. Boom. That's what holds. This is the key. This is what holds that pin in I showed you earlier on the front of the chain guard. So you slide that little clip in so it holds the pin down. Then once you put your three bolts in, boom, boom, boom. So let me get these three bolts in, and I'll come back Once all 3 bolts are in, just like that. As you see, voila. All 3 bolts are in. That's what holds all this together. And there you have it. Everything's on there sturdy. Everything's the way it's supposed to be. And let me step back and get it in all of its glory. 2016 Kawasaki Z1000, aka Jade. Signing out with a brand new 525 EK chain in green. Definitely a pretty good upgrade for the old Jade. So she's back in action. Just gotta do a little test drive. I've swapped chains before. I know it's all good. All right, people. Unspoken Rider signing out.
Jade wins. Fatality.
Thanks for watching Unspoken Rider. Subscribe today to not miss a video. You want to hit that little bell like so? Easy. Don't forget about the notifications. All you gotta do is go up there and click it just like that. Slide on down there, hit that save button, and then you won't miss a video. It's that easy.